Hey everyone, I hope you're having an amazing day. I've got some seriously exciting news that might just make your day even better. Have you taken a peek at your mail or checked your bank account lately? Because something pretty incredible is happening right now. People across the country are suddenly finding themselves with unexpected stimulus payments landing in their accounts or mailboxes. And no, this isn't a drill or some kind of scam. This is 100% legitimate, straight from the IRS. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, aren't stimulus payments old news? Well, here's where it gets interesting. These payments are actually from 2021, but the IRS is just now sending them out to about 1 million Americans who, for various reasons, missed out on their economic impact payments back then. Talk about better late than never, right? This could mean an unexpected windfall of up to $14 for eligible individuals. And I don't know about you, but that's the kind of surprise I wouldn't mind finding in my mailbox. Let's dive into exactly what's happening here, because there's a lot to unpack, and I want to make sure you have all the information you need. These payments are officially called the Recovery Rebate Credit, and there's a pretty interesting story behind why they're being sent out now. The IRS recently discovered that a significant number of eligible people either left this credit blank on their 2021 tax returns or accidentally filled it in as zero. Instead of making everyone go through the headache of filing amended returns, they decided to handle it automatically. How's that for government efficiency? Here's what makes this even more remarkable. You don't have to do anything to receive these payments if you're eligible. The IRS is being proactive here, which is honestly a refreshing change of pace. They started sending these payments out in December, and most of them should arrive by the end of this month. Some people will see direct deposits pop up in their bank accounts, while others will receive paper checks in the mail. So if you've spotted an official-looking envelope that says, "Not a bill or important information," don't toss it in the junk pile. It could be your golden ticket. Now, let's talk about eligibility, because this is probably the part you're most curious about. The main criteria revolves around your 2021 tax return. If you filed one but didn't claim the recovery rebate credit, or if it was incorrectly filled out, you might be one of the lucky recipients. The maximum payment amount is $1,400, but it's important to note that the actual amount you might receive could vary depending on your specific circumstances and eligibility factors. Think about what $1,400 could mean for your household right now. Maybe it's the breathing room you need after the holiday season, when credit card bills start rolling in and budgets feel particularly tight. Perhaps it's the opportunity to finally start that emergency fund you've been meaning to build. Or maybe it's the chance to catch up on some bills that have been hanging over your head. Even if you receive less than the full amount, any unexpected money can make a significant difference in your financial situation. Speaking of which, let's talk about smart ways to use this money if you're one of the recipients. Financial experts often recommend prioritizing essential needs, first things like housing, utilities, and food. If those bases are covered, consider putting the money toward high-interest debt or building up your emergency savings. In today's economic climate, having a financial buffer can be incredibly valuable. What would you do with an unexpected $1,400? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. It's always fascinating to see how different people approach financial windfalls. Now, here's something crucial that I don't want anyone to miss. If you didn't file a 2021 tax return, you haven't missed the boat completely. You still have until April 15th of this year to file and claim the recovery rebate credit. This is particularly important for people who had minimal or no income in 2021. You might think you weren't eligible to file, but you could still qualify for this payment. Don't let assumptions or confusion about the tax filing process keep you from money that could be rightfully yours. The timing of these payments is interesting, and it really shows how the IRS is evolving in its approach to serving taxpayers. According to IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel, this automatic payment initiative was specifically designed to make the process as smooth as possible for eligible Americans. Instead of putting the burden on taxpayers to discover and correct these oversights, the IRS took it upon themselves to review their data and proactively address the situation. It's a welcome reminder that even large government institutions can sometimes work in ways that make life easier for ordinary citizens. Let's talk about what to do if you think you might be eligible but haven't received anything yet. First, don't panic. These payments are being sent out in waves, so it might take a few weeks for yours to arrive. Keep an eye on your bank account if you usually receive tax refunds via direct deposit, as that's likely how you'll receive this payment too. If you typically get paper checks from the IRS, watch your mailbox carefully over the next few weeks. For those who need to file a 2021 tax return to claim this credit, let me give you some practical advice. While the April 15 deadline might seem far away, tax season has a way of sneaking up on us. Start gathering your documentation, now things like W-2s, 1099s, and any other relevant tax documents from 2021. If you're not comfortable filing taxes on your own, consider reaching out to a tax professional or using reputable tax preparation software. Many communities also offer free tax preparation services for eligible individuals through programs like VIT, a volunteer income tax assistance. One thing that's really important to understand about these payments is that they're not connected to any new stimulus legislation. These are payments that were authorized under the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, but for various reasons, not everyone who was eligible received them at the time. The IRS is essentially cleaning house and making sure that everyone who is entitled to these payments actually receives them. It's a bit like finding money in an old coat pocket, except in this case, the IRS is checking all the coats for you. Let's address some common questions that might be on your mind. First, if you already received your full stimulus payment in 2021, you won't be getting another one. These payments are specifically for people who missed out the first time around. Second, if you're wondering whether receiving this payment might affect your other benefits like Social Security, SNAP, or Medicaid, don't worry. These payments are not counted as income for federal benefit programs. Third, if you've moved since filing your 2021 tax return, make sure the IRS has your current address to ensure you receive any paper check or correspondence they might send. The impact of these payments could be significant for many households. Think about it. $1,400 could cover a month's rent in many parts of the country, pay for several months of utilities, or help rebuild savings that might have been depleted during the pandemic. For families still recovering from the economic effects of the past few years, this could provide some much-needed financial relief. Even for those in more stable financial situations, having an extra cushion can provide peace of mind and opportunities for future planning. I think it's worth taking a moment to appreciate the broader significance of this initiative. It shows that sometimes systems can work in favor of ordinary people, even if it takes a while. The IRS could have simply left it up to individuals to discover these missing payments and navigate the amendment process on their own. Instead, they chose to take proactive steps to get this money into the hands of eligible Americans. That's something worth acknowledging and appreciating. Now, I want to address those of you who might be feeling frustrated because you think you should have received a payment, but haven't. First, remember that these payments are still rolling out, so patience is key. Second, if you're sure you're eligible and don't receive anything by the end of January, you might want to contact the IRS or consult with a tax professional to explore your options. Don't let potential confusion or bureaucratic hurdles prevent you from receiving money that's rightfully yours. For anyone who's already received their payment, I'd love to hear your story. Did it come as a complete surprise? How did you find out about it? What are you planning to do with the money? Sharing your experience might help others who are still waiting or uncertain about their eligibility. Plus, it's always encouraging to hear real-life stories about people receiving unexpected financial boosts. Looking ahead, this situation serves as a good reminder to always stay informed about your tax rights and benefits. Sometimes, money that's rightfully yours might slip through the cracks, but staying aware and proactive can help ensure you don't miss out on future opportunities. Consider signing up for IRS alerts or following reputable financial news sources to stay up to date on similar initiatives that might affect you. As we wrap up, let me remind you of a few key points. If you haven't received a payment but think you might be eligible, keep watching your mail and bank accounts. If you haven't filed a 2021 tax return, consider doing so before the April 15 deadline to claim your recovery rebate credit. And if you're unsure about anything related to these payments, don't hesitate to seek professional advice or visit the IRS website for more information. Remember, this isn't just about getting an unexpected payment, it's about making sure you receive the financial support you were entitled to under the law. Whether you use this money to catch up on bills, build your savings, or invest in your future, the important thing is that it's finally making its way to the people who are meant to receive it. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Have you received a payment? Are you still waiting? Do you have questions about the process? Let's create a supportive community where we can share information and help each other navigate this opportunity. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more updates on financial news that could impact your wallet. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to stay vigilant with your mail and bank accounts, and I'll catch you in the next video with more important updates and information. Stay safe, stay informed, and here's hoping you might be one of the lucky recipients of these long-awaited payments.